Hello, everybody. Can we all hear me? Why don't we go live? Can we see me? Can we see me? Are we all good? Yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream today. This Thursday morning, at least Thursday in my time zone. Here we go. We're playing a short Odyssey again. That is, well, the game I'm working on. So obviously, this is the game we're playing. Yeah. What is it? 6:11. I need to work on something with the nighttime, I feel like, because I feel like this looks later than 6 p.m. But then I looked it up about like what the sunset times were in this part of the world at this time of year, and it is about that. So my math is correct, or should I say not my math I had help with. For the figuring out what time of day and the sun angle and everything should be at, but I don't know. But I actually think it looks alright. Yeah, you got all these little moon. Is the moon too big? I don't know. I've just been looking at little things like that. But lately, what I've been working on is some different areas. So, as I may have mentioned before, I had a little bit of a trouble with playtesters going where they weren't meant to too early. So I made this wall, right? So you can't really get up here unless you go through this way. So generally the game is designed not to be restrictive to players, but there are a couple places where they kind of need to go. And that is up here to talk to Vinny. But I also added another thing on the other end to prevent people from, you know, wandering off too far in the other direction. So this will go up to basically here, and I don't believe you should be able to get into that area unless you go that way. So if you look at the map, we can see this kind of, I don't know how well that shows up on YouTube, but you can see that kind of ridge here. So if we keep going this way, we can see that the ridge continues, and we shouldn't be able to get up here. We also have like a little bit of a pit. I'm not sure what to do there. Probably add something like, just something to collect or something, but, yeah, you can see that if we try to get up here, this also blocks our way. So, if you... Yeah, and also, basically, I want to block your way right at the beginning of the game. Also, there's no music in this area, so I'll need to add some. But, like, I want it to block your way at the beginning of the game. But once you've kind of done the Vinny thing, I don't want to, like, permanently block off this area from the bottom. So I added this destructible sort of block here. So if, let's say I've already done the thing with Vinny, and I want to get back down to the beach, but I'm up here, I can take a bomb, which I don't have, but I'll give myself a bomb. If we give ourselves a bomb, and we pick it up, we can throw it down at the, will it roll all the way down there? Yeah. So we blew that open. Hola! And now we can get back down here. So, I think that works pretty well. And basically, so now we have our map, so now we can get back up to here after we've played the game for a little bit. But, I do have some coffee today. It is iced coffee, iced Americano that I made, and that is because it's very hot. It's very hot right now outside. I think it's about 35 to 33 degrees, something like that. I don't know. I'll have to check, but it's very hot. It's hotter than I wanna live in. I'm gonna say it's around 33 degrees. Canada was protected from the heat wave for the last couple weeks, but we've finally been hit by it, and it is way too hot. I do have an air conditioner, but I can't run the air conditioner while I'm streaming because it will be very noisy for you. But yeah, in Canada, at least in Toronto, most people have air conditioning, I would say. But yeah. Also, the coffee today, courtesy of the great nation of Tanzania. Just shout out. I don't think we've had anything from there yet. Yeah. But, yeah, so, why don't we restart this so it's daytime, and then I'll show off some other areas that I've been working on. So, if we go up here. I was kind of working on, Behemoth here a little bit. So we've worked on him on previous streams, and he's gonna head towards us, but I'm gonna, yeah. So basically, I added this. He now has like a little bit of a limit on where he can go. So he will try to smash us as we run along this channel here, but he will go back to where he's going. So I think we could do a little bit. You finally switched to a big size coffee drink. It's because it's iced. It's an iced Americano. That's, yeah. So it's an espresso that I basically, I made the espresso over top of the ice, and then I added water. That's, yeah. But anyway, and then we can also go back down here. But you can see that we have a problem here. And that is that, our Behemoth guy, he's got kind of he's just running on spot. So I think we're gonna see what we can do about that. It was time, well, like an espresso, yeah. Yeah, like, espressos are small. But yeah, okay, so, right, I have to go to Behemoth to edit his script, and let's go to his script, and let's edit it. Let's copy that. Let's open up C-Line here. Behemoth.is, yeah. Okay, so, this is, this probably needs to be tweaked. Because this is idle. But, we need to give this a different state. So we're gonna add a new state here, which is I'm wondering if this is gonna be able to reload, because I don't know if we can modify this enum and keep the hot reload working, but we'll see. So that's gonna be called chasing. So basically, right now, this is idle. This is what he should actually be doing, right? But it's mixed in with the chasing state. So we need to tweak this to give it a 1 second. My IDE isn't set up as I would like it to. Do I do the split? Come on. Wow, C-Line's being slow today. I'm just trying to right-click and it's... Okay, there we go. Split right. There we go. That's what I wanted. I wanted two things here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit just to give people a little bit more being able to see that. So, we need to add another case to this switch state. This is AngelScript, by the way. This is not C++. It looks a lot like C++, which is intentional. AngelScript intentionally has a similar syntax to C++, which I think makes it easier to go back and forth between them. The state is chasing. This plugin for AngelScript is a little bit not great though. At least for C-Line. This plugin I think is also available for Visual Studio Code. And the VS Code version is way better, but I dislike VS Code, so I'm using C-Line. So, here we go. So this basically says if the player is within 50, we're going to move towards the player, and otherwise we're going to move towards the origin. So what instead I'm going to do is I'm going to move this logic into the chasing behavior here. And in else, I'm going to change our state. So this is going to set the state to chasing. No, this is going to set the state to idle. Okay. And also, I'm gonna give this guy a second. So there is the Behemoth Arena Center. Let's just jump to that. Basically, this is just like a marker here to have a point that he can walk to. But I'm gonna add a second point just so that he can like kind of walk in between places. So I'm gonna duplicate this. I'm gonna teleport it here. Behemoth Arena point, I'm gonna call this idle target, and we're gonna save that. This is basically just an entity that only has a transform. Its entire purpose is just to be a marker. So we have these 2 points here. Yeah. And that's saved. Let's go back. I feel like it would be nice if the editor would show like a dot or something if we have multiple guys selected. But I'll look into that later. Okay, so basically if they're close to the player, they're gonna turn towards him and chase the player. Otherwise, they are going to become idle. So in the idle, okay, so we're gonna actually get the, what was the other one called? It was Behemoth Arena Idle Target. So we need to get that entity by name in the script. Targets. So let's go ahead and deal with that. Let's in here. Wait, where do we get the arena origin? Okay, so we actually do need the arena distance in all places, but so in the idle state, we're gonna remove this. And in here, this is gonna basically tone us into the chasing state, basically. Okay. This is... So, if the character is close to us, we're gonna go chase him. Otherwise, we're gonna keep doing this. So, basically, I want to make him walk between these 2 points. So, basically, we get this player distance from origin. We also need a... Oh. What did I just do? I deleted some stuff I probably didn't mean to. Yes. Okay. This is where we need this stuff here. Okay, so, I'm gonna need some kind of, like, Okay, so we're not gonna be able to hot reload this, but, I'm gonna actually end the game here and then put on some of the background music that we have, just because I feel like this is gonna take a little bit longer, to write this out. So, let's play our music here. It's a little bit loud. Yeah. So, dropped A. I'm just trying to remember if I can put an entity in the data class. I'm gonna see, what do I have in pirate? Oh, actually, I could see that if I have. I think it's probably not a good idea to save an entity in the script data. I'm trying to remember. Find pirates. Okay. Yeah, okay, so I don't save entities. These are basically static. I mean, they probably should be const. I don't know if I can make them const, though. I can't remember. We'll see. I don't actually remember if AngelScript has const. It probably does. But, anyway, so, in here, I'm actually going to store a, I'm actually going to do the same idea with the array. And this is going to be, target points. Basically, I want to make him wander between, like, a bunch of different points. And it's going to be... Oh, yeah. So we got our arena origin, and then we got our... So we're just going to have 2 for now. Okay, so... Then in here, I'm going to add a, int, current target point, and he's just going to walk between these points, and that's going to start at 0, which is going to be the origin. Okay, so if distance to, so this is, instead of to origin, it's going to be called to point. And we're gonna do our origin is going to be equal to current target point, in this list of target points. So, target points, and then data dot current target point. Current target point dot get transformed to position. Okay, cool. Okay, why is that giving me an error? Expected case statement. No, it's probably... Did I... Is this not a valid thinger? Yeah, let's just keep going. So, so the 2 point is going to be... Okay. And then this is going to be distance to point. Yeah, this plugin is a little bit sketchy, so it might be giving me errors when no errors in fact exist, so we'll just wait until we get Okay, and let's make that 2. And then else. So this is if we are close to the point. We're going to go to the next point. So, equals that target points, we said +1. So we're going to add 1 to the current point, so it's going to go to the next point, and then we're going to modulo it by the size of the number of target points. Cool. Okay, so to point, distance to point, oh, and then we need to give ourselves a okay, so, and then now, if the distance to the player is within this, instead of going to the point, we're going to go to the next, we're going to go to the attacking state. Okay, this is having issues. Interesting. So we're going to go to the chasing state. I'm just wondering why this doesn't like this. I mean, it'll give us an actual error when we try to play the game. No, well, I guess we haven't gone to Behemoth yet. Also, we're gonna need some Behemoth boss fight music at some point, but I'll have to write that. Okay, there we go. Oh, variables cannot be declared inside a switch statement. Obviously, why did I think that they could? That's easy fix. Basically, I can't declare this. I need to do I need to give it some brackets to give it a scope. There we go. That's easy. Cool, I'm gonna move the break inside the scope. Okay, so we save that, and now I believe we can just find Behemoth and reload the script. Reload? No, we still have no matching symbol size. Can we not get the size of the array? Does AngelScript array not have a size? Well, maybe it's length? Dot length. Okay. That's like, okay, interesting. Not very C++-ic. So I guess we can reload that. Okay, it says it compiled successfully. So, ouch, it's gonna move towards us. It's actually very easy to cheese the boss fight here with Behemoth. So, okay, so now we're out of his thing. He's basically just gonna walk between these 2 points. Interesting, okay. We should add another point. So, I'm gonna duplicate this guy, and then I'm gonna call this, this is gonna be target 2. Then we're gonna add that to the list of points he's walking to. We can just put that in, because actually I don't think we can just put this directly in the initializer here. And is that target space 2? Yeah, I think so. Target space 2. Okay, cool. Behemoth, can we reload? Cool. Is he gonna go to point 2 after that? Okay, so yeah, now he's walking to, and we can actually look at the data, data inspector. And we can see that Behemoth data, we can look at his start point, which is, his current point, which is, so he's in state 0, which is, quote-unquote, idle. Ooh, okay, so he got to the end here, but he's not, he's at point 2. But he's not going back to point 0. Why is he not going back to point 0? I thought the modulo would handle that. Ooh, actually, So he's going to the current point +1 modulo target points. How did I... Target points to length. So his target point is 2. Or maybe he can't get close enough to the point. Maybe that's it. Okay. Because his distance might not be... So where's the point? So I'm going to adjust the distance here, and I'm going to make that 5 and see if that... Save that. See if that fixes anything. So now we go back to Behemoth, and we reload. No. Okay, where's the point? It's over here, so why can't he get there? So if we manually move him, is he stuck or something, maybe? His state is still 0. Let's jump here and see what's going on. Okay, so Behemoth, where are you at? Let's put him, like, right on it. So I'm literally going to copy the transform from this guy and put him on Behemoth. And... Okay, so the distance should be 0, but it's not. Maybe I'm calculating this wrong. So, let's go back to here. So distance to point is... Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and print out the point. The distance to the point. I'm gonna go, because presumably we're still in here. I think we can just construct a string with the distance to point. I can't remember if AngelScript will allow that, but let's see. And then otherwise, we are going to print out next point. Okay, so let's save that. Let's reload that and see what happens. Oh. Okay, so we can't just straight up print that. We need to do string dot. 1 second. I'm trying to remember how they do this. Int. Okay, so we have this function parse int. Oh, okay. Let's try that. No. It's part of the... Oh, no, not parse. It's gotta be, Okay, so we can assign a... Why can't we create a string? Okay, let's... Can I do that? Oh, let's see. Wait, do they have 2 strings? I forget. No, I feel like they should, though. Okay. Reload? Okay, cool. Okay, so it's not printing that out, which means that we're not in that. So the state is 0. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Then, okay, I'm gonna go back to this music here, because we're gonna need to do some serious focus. Okay. So it's not printing either of these. Why not? Oh! The script isn't even running. You know why? Because of this. The max distance to player. It's not even a bug with the script. It's a bug, like, I just need to set this to a bigger number. Let's set it to 200. And save. Where's my save button? Oh, okay, it's over here. There we go. Immediately now it's actually doing what it's supposed to do. Yeah. He's turning a little bit quickly, so I'm gonna see if I can slow that down. So we have this turn towards player function here. I'm gonna make this take another parameter, which is the turn speed, and I'm gonna make that equal to 2.5 by default, because that's what I'm setting here. But in the idle thing, I'm gonna, first of all, I can get rid of these printing statements because I don't need them anymore. Also, this shouldn't be called turn towards player anymore. This should be called turn towards point. Can I? Yeah, turn towards point. Cool. Now, instead of 2.5, I'm gonna do that 0.5. And that's gonna make him turn a little bit slower, I think. So if I reload that. Now, yeah, see, now he's turning more slowly. Something's not quite right in the way that he's turning. Yeah. Right, because he's still... Interesting. So, we have this turn towards point here. Okay, so this is going along his, So instead of moving in the direction, I'm gonna... set transform. 1 second. Turn towards point. I see. I'm gonna change this instead of... Yeah, because this is just, like, blending his position. It should be, like, a little bit more clever than that. Basically, so he should be walking in the direction that he's facing instead. So I'm gonna do, instead of turn towards point, I'm gonna rename this to move towards point. Okay, and then we are going to do our new position. New position auto equals to our old position, which is position, plus plus new orientation dot get forward times tick dt times 0.15 f. That might be too slow. We'll have to adjust that, but so yeah, now it's gonna move in the direction of that. And maybe... One second. I'm gonna need to get some more information because, so I'm gonna do auto. This is... 2 point equals this. Oh, wait, no, that's... That's interesting. That's the opposite. Why is this... Oh, I see what it's doing. Let's just leave that as it is. I'm gonna see what happens here. So that's gonna set to new position. Because I was saying, can we slow down as we get close to the target, but let's just ignore that. So I'm gonna remove all this stuff, and we're just gonna keep using move towards point. Instead of turn towards point. Cool. Now, let's go back to the game. And let's reload Behemoth again. Okay, so now he's going to... Okay, it's not setting the transform. Why is it not setting the transform? So, their new position is equal to the position. No, wait, yeah, no, our current position. Okay, actually, that makes sense. This should be renamed to target position instead of player position. That makes it more clear. Okay, so our new position is position plus our new orientation, the forward vector of the new orientation, multiplied by the direction. Plus tick d. Maybe this is too small. Let's just do tick dt. Let's do so that, yeah. All right, let's reload that. Okay, why? Because it is setting the transform, it's just not setting it to the position that we want. So we might need to increase that. Let's do some really big number just to see if that's the issue. Alright. Reload. Okay, yeah, he's moving. Hey, yo, he's moving real fast. Okay, so that was the issue. It's just... We need it to be, we needed... Okay, so actually also, the smooth orientation we need to get. So, auto, smooth orientation. And we need to do smooth orientation to get forward. So now, also, instead of 100, let's do 10. Really slow it down. Okay, so, reload. We have an error. Where's our error? Expect... Okay, we're probably missing a semicolon or something. And we are, right here. Wait, why can't you put in a semicolon? Okay, I don't know. Something was weird there. Okay, reload. Okay, that's what we want now. We've smoothed his movement a little bit. Oh, now he's kind of circling the point because he can't get there. So now we need to slow down as he approaches the point. So now we can get the we'll need to get the distance So we will do auto to target equals this. And direction equals to target over distance. So we need to get the distance. So auto distance equals to target dot magnitude. So now let's divide this over distance. But also we need to do probably max or min distance 1 point. So whatever the maximum distance that we want to get to is. Yeah. So that's going to be, so it's going to, we are working on behemoth boss fights again. So we're kind of making him just like kind of wander around while we're not, before we engage him. So let's see if he actually gets to the point now. Because he's going to slow... where's his... Okay, target point is 1. But it looks like he may not be getting there. But also, I feel like this music is quite repetitive, so I'm going to put on the... We're going to need to work on that music on another stream, but... So he can't get to the point because it's... So this is the point we're trying to get to, I think. And he's just circling around it because he's not slowing down enough, I guess. Oh, I messed this up. This should be... It should be multiplied because it's... We want it to be... Okay, so I'm gonna create a new variable. It's like speed. So, speed... So basically, okay, I'm gonna open up everybody's favorite graphing calculator. So everybody loves Desmos. I love Desmos. It is a great app. So we need to calculate basically, we're gonna make a graph of what we want Behemoth's speed to be as he approaches the point. So at distance 0, we want the speed to be 0. So, that's great, but we want it to cut off at some point. So, basically, at distance 5, let's make it so that the speed is 10. So, what is it? Times 10 over 5. Wait. Why is that not... Okay, over 5. Okay, so now, and then we're gonna want to clamp that at 10. So, cool. This is the function we're gonna use. Which is, yeah. We're gonna do distance times 10 over 5 max 10. So, speed is equal to min distance times 10 over 5 and then maximum speed is 10. So now we can just do that. So, position times direction times speed. Position plus direction times speed times time, basically. So now we can reload this guy. So now he's going to slow down as he approaches the point, hopefully. No. Okay. That's not working. I guess we need to, let's print out the speed. So, I'm gonna do a... Okay. Reload. Okay. Speed is 10. Oh, actually. So this, it's actually, he's just circling around it. He's never getting any closer. That's the problem. So we need to now figure out, I'm gonna do, so we have our forward, so we're gonna get our forward. Basically, I'm gonna slow it down if we're far away from the enemy, basically. So, I'm gonna make him, if he's turning that way, he's gonna turn more this way. Sort of. You know what I mean? So, so we're gonna do, we have our distance here. We're gonna do auto forward equals this, and then we're going to multiply the speed by the dot product of the direction that we're going and the direction that that we're supposed to be going. And then we're going to we're basically gonna do max, because we don't want that to be less than, we don't want that to be negative. Okay, cool. Now let's reload that. No matching symbol. You don't have a dot product here? Maybe it's not in that namespace? Maybe it's just dot. Okay, I guess I just didn't... Okay, so now... This is a little bit interesting to watch, but he is actually now going to the point that we want. I think. Okay. Yeah, okay. Interesting. Okay, so we probably need to add like a minimum speed, just to prevent him from like stopping entirely. So I'm gonna change that to 0.1. Okay, so it seems to be going down to... Okay, interesting. Well, I mean, this seems to work. We're having a little bit of an issue with... If you guys see, like, the shadow is kind of having some artifacts as he walks along. Wait, actually, you can't see it here, but... Actually, that's interesting. If I pause, it makes it... See, you see that along his back? Right? But when I pause, it goes away. That is because basically there's an optimization that I have. This reduced shadow rate here. So if I turn that off, that sort of flickering goes away. And basically, the reason is because for distant cascades, I try to like reuse the previous frame's shadow information. But the thing is, if you have like a big moving object, sometimes that gets problematic if they're moving fast enough. Which in this case, his animation is making him do. But anyway, so now that his AI appears to be working, let's try and fight him. So let's give ourselves a cutlass. Actually, before we do that, let's just make sure I don't have any... Yeah, let's save this. Also, we can probably get rid of the... We can get rid of all this printing here. We don't need this anymore. Because it's working now. Now we can... reload this. Actually... I'm gonna give this guy some music. And, I'm just gonna use the Leviathan boss fight for now, the same music as that, but we'll give him his own music at some point. This is going to be sound. And a sound trigger. Also, the sound we're gonna use is, where's the... No, is it? Oh, it's just called boss music. It's not even called Leviathan music. Let's save that. And let's, where's the distance? Okay, so basically, and I'm also going to mark that exclusive, which means it's going to override any previous sound effect. So, save. So now, let's give ourselves the cutlass. And let's fight him. It's kind of pretty easy to cheese the boss fight at the moment, but we'll kind of fix that. So. Yeah. So he's... Oh, I need to increase the radius here. Of the behemoth music. So let's do 40. Oh, I need to make it. It's right now. It's making it positional audio. It's supposed to be music. Oh, we might need to. Anyway, we'll get back to that later. But see, we can. Oh, okay, we got a bug. Oh no, that's just a breakpoint, I think. Yeah, I'll just remove that breakpoint. That was just a breakpoint, because I was debugging that earlier. But basically, we just kind of get underneath him and start smashing. But also, he's not even. He's trying to set his current position instead of the club position. So the way I need to do that is... Okay, so he's trying to attack... He's trying to get his ass on top of us instead of getting his club on top of us. So we need to just do some math. So basically, where is his club in relation to him? Let's show wireframe. We got... so each one of these things is half a meter. So that means if we go to the next one, each one of these is 1 meter. So we got one... Sorry, if this is the point, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 meters. So, I'm going to quit out of this. And we're gonna set it to... we're going to see if we can get him to attack... Instead of attacking us... Sorry, instead of sitting on top of us, he needs to sit 15 meters behind us so that his club hits us. So, where we do move towards point, we instead need to do this. Ooh, also... So this is going to be, we need to get our, so self, where's self? Also, so I'm gonna do, yeah, auto self transform equals that. So we're gonna do self transform. So when we're chasing, we're gonna do move towards point. So this is in the chasing state. So instead of moving towards the player pause, we're going to do player position minus self-transform.get forward. So this is a normalized vector, which means its length is 1. And we just multiply that by 15, so 15 meters. So, basically, like, let's... what can I just... Let's open up GIMP real quick. If I can explain what's going on. So, if we have our player over here... Sorry, let's change my opacity. Our player's over here, and then we have Behemoth over here, right? There is some line... Let me change colors. There is some line from us to Behemoth, right? Which is this red line here, right? Now, instead of trying to move Behemoth to this point here, right? This is the point that we would be moving to. We're going to take this point, and then we're going to subtract this direction to the length of 15 meters, which is going to be like here. So in fact, the point we're moving towards is going to be here, so that when he's standing here, he hits us with his club, it actually hits, if that makes sense. So, and I think I can do that as well. And let's save that. And let's open the game. And then let's do the boss music. Ooh. I'm gonna quickly save that. I need to just tweak the Behemoth. I forgot to save these things. Ooh, we have a no matching symbol. Oh, we need to do orientation. Get forward. Yeah, because you can't just get the forward of the transforming, you need to get the orientation. Sorry, I just need to get some coffee. Alright, tastes good. Let's get back to that. Let's save that. Now, yes, the script compiled successfully. Let's find his sounds. I remember we were setting this to, let's do 50. 52. Music, omnidirectional, and then save. Also, let's fade on destruction. So that if Behemoth dies, and we will have to make it so that when Behemoth dies, we actually. Ooh, I didn't mean to make that a prefab. I'm gonna remove that prefab, and then we're gonna save. Okay, so let's pick up our cutlass, and then let's get to Behemoth and let's fight him. Okay, so he's walking along. Oh, shit, he's shaking around. Why is he doing that? There's some oscillation. So... I feel like the reason is because, we're using his target... We're using the orientation, okay, so... Instead of using the orientation, what we should do, because we're adjusting the orientation, we need to use the direction that between the 2 points. So this is we're gonna make this auto to player equals player position minus position, and then we're gonna set player distance to player dot get magnitude, and then we're going to do 2player divided by equals player distance. So that's going to normalize our vector, and then we're going to take 2player. So instead of using the forward vector here, we're going to use 2player, and I think that's going to be more stable. Okay, so now let's reload the script. Behemoth. Reload. Okay. Wait, what state is he in right now? Okay. Oh, I see. It's because he was facing the wrong way. Okay, so... Oh, because he's hit the target, but now... Oh. I see. It's because our threshold for attacking is 10, but he actually needs... Okay. Because he's going to be within exactly 15. So let's make the threshold 16. And then reload that. Okay, so... Oh! Why is he turning that way? Oh, okay. I see what the issue is. Okay, so if we wait long... Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so the problem is he's gonna attack in the wrong direction. I see. So this is fine if we're already in front of him, but the thing is, the problem is if we get behind him, he's gonna turn in the wrong direction. I see. So, let's, 1 second. He's gonna turn in the wrong direction because the point that he's going to is actually, it's behind him. Or, like, yeah, because so, I'm gonna do, if the... So in the attack state here, in attacking, we need to adjust this. Oh, did we not make the... This should be looping. Anyway. We're going to get back to that. But let's get this music on. So, we need to add some extra logic here. So, we need to get back... We need to actually do one that just turns, not... So I'm going to duplicate this, and I'm going to call this turn towards player, which is the function we had before. But, actually, can we just look at what we had with get? And just copy the old function? Cool, let's... Excuse me. Losing my voice just a tiny bit. Let's rename this turn towards point. We're bringing this back. And let's take the turn speed here. So this is just going to affect the orientation. It's not going to add any additional, movement. So, we're just going to do turn towards point, and we're going to turn it towards the player position. So he's not going to move at all. He's just going to turn, and he's going to turn towards the player. Also, in chasing here, we need to do... I'm gonna check if, basically... if, 2-player... and... I'm just checking something. Because I want to see if 2-player is behind our target point. But that's a little bit... That's going to require I do a little bit more math. So, we're going to create our new target point here. Which is... auto target point equal to that. So if position minus, sorry, target point minus position dot, so the dot product of the target position minus our current position and the 2-player, if that is greater than 0, so this means like it means that's like they're facing in the same direction. We're gonna move towards point. Otherwise, we are going to turn towards the player position. We're just gonna turn. We're not gonna move. But I guess he should walk backwards, but I don't think we have a walk backwards animation yet, so I think we're just gonna do turn. Okay, so also I'm gonna make this just a little bit more clear by adding a target direction. So basically our target, the place we're trying to go actually isn't the player position. It's a couple meters in front of the player, 15 to be exact, which is what this 15 comes from. So, yes. Why is that? I think it is defined, you will find, unless I try to compile this and it does not allow that. Okay, let's see. Let's run that. Let's see what happens. Okay, it seems to be working fine. And he's not... Oh, shit. Yeah, he's not, like, going behind us. We will need to give him some more animations, though. Okay, so. Cool. Oh, we got a floating plant over there. I'll have to fix that in a little bit. But... Okay, so I can lock onto him. Sorry, I gotta... When will we get to play your game? Well... you can. There are many people in chat who have already played the game. How are animations handled? I'll explain the animations in a second, but, basically, there are a lot of people in chat that have already played the game, and that's because they're on the Discord. So if you're interested in playing the game, I do playtests through the Discord, so you should join that, and then, I'll keep you up to date about any kind of, playtest availability. So, yeah. As opposed to oh, shit. Yeah, so animations, right now are being handled with this, animator component. You can see the player has one, and, Behemoth has one as well. Basically, I'm sorry, where's this animator? Yeah, here it is. Yeah, basically there's just, like, a bunch of animations that you export in Blender, and, like, it picks one and it does, like, blending and everything between the different kinds of animations. Yeah. Oh, do I have the cutlass? Yeah. But, like, yeah, how skeletal animations is handled is, like, it's a little bit complicated. Like, there's also IK and everything that he's using. But, I'm going to, is it closed source? Can I clone it and educate myself? It is closed source. You cannot clone it. At one point, I thought about making it open source, but I have decided that I've decided that the current environment is very bad for open source developers, and people will basically just steal your code to train LLMs, and so I can't allow that to happen. So yeah. But despite it being closed source, I'm happy to answer any questions about how it works. I just don't want to put the code out there. Thank you. Yeah, so it's actually quite easy to cheese this boss fight. Let's give ourselves the cutlass. Okay, so basically, you can just dodge. You can roll in. So he can't really do anything about us here. But, so, see, we're just going to keep doing this until he kills us. But there's still work to do, because we need to give him a death animation. And I think I'm going to do that with a Ragdoll. So you can see, basically, if I click on Behemoth, and I kill him, just with the editor, let's set his health to 0. He's got his health bar up here, that's because... So I set his health to 0. He's dead, but nothing happens. He just stays in the animation. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to quit out of this game here, and then I'm going to restart the game. We're going to make him a Ragdoll. So, I'm gonna put on the stream music, because this is going to just be some editor work here. We're going to make a Behemoth Ragdoll. Everybody loves Ragdolls, don't we? Okay, so. Basically, wait 1 second. Yes. Do you have to be a math whiz to the level you are in terms of development organization? I mean, it depends. Like, I mean, it's actually... The math that I'm doing is not actually that hard. Like, I consider myself, like, pretty good at math, but there are definitely a lot of people who are, like, way better than me. And I needed to get help with some of the math for this game. Like the stuff with the, if you look at the sun here, the sun actually follows a, like an absolutely correct, path in the sky based on, like, orbital mechanics and everything, and I needed to get help with that because I'm not, like, I'm pretty good at math, but I'm not that good. I needed to get help with that. So it's like, yeah, like, basically, the subset of mathematics that you need for game development is what's called linear algebra, right? So if you want to learn, if you want to, like, brush up on math for game dev specifically, the field of mathematics you'd be interested in is called linear algebra. So it's like vectors and matrices and stuff like that. And basically, I find, like, a whole bunch of people, like, get stuck on, like, worrying about trigonometry, but, like, you actually, if you're doing too much trig, I actually think you're doing things wrong. So, like, vectors and matrices is, like, what you need to learn about, basically. That's the core of game dev. And, like, don't try to spend too much time working with angles, because you're just going to confuse yourself. Yeah. So, let's get back to making a... So we're going to duplicate Behemoth here. So we have a second one, and he's going to become our Ragdoll. So, ooh, actually, I'm going to delete him again. I need Behemoth and Behemoth Club. And I need to duplicate both of them. Oh, it only shit. Why can't I duplicate two of them? Okay, well, since I'm not going to save this... Alright. Wait, can I... Well, I'll fix this later. Right now, I'm just doing... No, let's duplicate. Why can't we... duplicate both of them. We can only duplicate one. Okay, I'm gonna quickly fix this. Oh, maybe that won't. That's be too hard. I feel like. Okay, shit. Okay, delete. Behemoth. Duplicate Behemoth. Let's do the Ragdoll, and then we can do the club later. So, basically, the way that I do this right now is I'm gonna go ahead and yeah. So these constraints. This is fine. Okay, so I'm gonna call this guy Behemoth Ragdoll. We're gonna save him as a prefab. Then we are going to add we're gonna remove the script because we don't want the script anymore. We're gonna remove the sound. We don't need the sound anymore. We're gonna remove the IK. We just need all this stuff. We'll save the Ragdoll component, and we're gonna add a. 1 second. Just wanted the Big Crab Beach text to go away. There we go. We're going to... Okay. Okay, we'll have him in this pose to start the Ragdoll. Can I set his... I wish he was a... Okay, let's do a... Can I do... Let's anim 0. Okay, maybe that's the Ragdoll pose. Anyway, let's do this pose as the start for the Ragdoll. So I'm gonna add a component, a animation bone constraints, and then I'm gonna set this thickness here to 1 is probably fine. We're gonna click build Ragdoll. Oh, okay, it automatically sets it to T-pose. Good. So now we have, it's created a physics entity for each of these bones, right? These finger bones are way too big, so I'm gonna go ahead and, I mean, yeah. Right now, like the Ragdoll generator is a little bit dumb. It's I'm gonna tweak it to be a little bit smarter, actually. So let's go to editor.cpp. And then we have our Ragdoll. Where do we... Ragdoll. Where we build the Ragdoll. Okay, so we have this function, build Ragdoll. I'm gonna make it so that, basically, we need to make the short bones also, thinner. Where we set the thickness. So where do we use this? Okay, so, in place... Ah, okay, so... so I'm gonna do float height. This is basically the height of the capsule is equal to that, and then the radius of the capsule for each, like, sort of Ragdoll segment. Radius is equal to thickness times alright, wait. So the radius is by default going to be equal to the thickness. But if the I'm going to say if the height is less than the radius, I'm going to do whichever one is smaller, minimum that. Okay. Let's try that. Okay, and then we can set radius in here. Height here. Now that's gonna hopefully give us a little bit of a smarter, Ragdoll. And then it sets... Oh. That should be height, but that's just like a semantic thing. Also, this math seems incorrect. For the volume of a... One second. I'm gonna do, cylinder volume? Yeah, okay. No. Capsule volume. Is there a capsule volume? No, apparently not. But anyway, what's the volume of a sphere? It's like 2 pi... I gotta look this up. See, this is why I'm not actually that big of a math whiz. Like, even though sometimes I look like I am. I have to look up the formula for the volume of a sphere. Because a capsule is, okay. It's 4 over pi, r cubed. So radius... Oh, wait. I actually have a function. Sphere volume. Whoopsies. So, it's gonna be sphere volume, radius, plus, cylinder volume. I should have just done that, because I have functions for that. Yeah. Yeah, you got it. But, anyway, the capsule is gonna be... So this is gonna be height and radius. So basically, the volume of a capsule is literally just the volume of a sphere plus the volume of a cylinder, because there's basically a half sphere on top of each thing. And then we're going to do auto volume is equal to that. I'm just going to... and then we can remove that. So, basically, that's going to be a little bit nicer, I think. Just to give it, like, some reasonable mass. And we're assuming the density is 100 kilos per meter cubed. Yes. Yeah. So let's just, let that compile. And then we can build a little bit of a better ragdoll, I think. Four times the density of indium? No, 100 kil... Wait, what's the... 100 kilograms per meter cubed is... Okay, density of indium. Oh, that's giving me in grams per centimeter cubed. Anyway. Oh, wait, no, there's another. Why is it giving me in grams per centimeter? I want kilograms per meter cubed. 100 kilograms per meter cubed is not that dense. Like, that, like, water is 1,000 kilograms per meter cubed, isn't it? Millipond per square footage squared? I don't know, man. This is a metric game. Even though the metric system hasn't been invented yet, in the 1600s. Okay, so let's get our ragdoll guy here that we made. Ragdoll. Behemoth ragdoll. Okay, so, we're gonna jump to him, firstly. Let's add the, let's add that, animation bone constraints. Then we're gonna build that ragdoll. And thickness, one, that's fine. Okay, yeah, now he's got, his fingers are a little bit less fat. We still might need to adjust them, but... Yeah. Yeah. But, ooh, let's... Ooh, these entity names are not great. Let's give them better... I'm gonna Luis certainly has the foot for it. Okay. I'm gonna tweak this ragdoll generator again. Wait. Okay. Here we go. Basically, what is it doing? I want to give these entities better names. Just so that I can e dot in place component int name, and then we're gonna give it a ragdoll bone. And then I guess I don't have like good name. I guess I could just give it an index. Bone ID, which is oh, let's do std format, everybody's favorite C++ 20 feature. No, not for each format. Ragdoll bone, and then the bone, and then that's gonna give us some better names, just so that we can find it more easily in the oh, actually, one moment, we should actually use the parent name just to give it. Sorry, I'm adjusting my keyboard slightly. It got this. Ugh. I moved around a little bit. Okay, that's better. Okay, so let's give it a little bit better name, because we need to give it we need to add the parent's name to it so that we can. All right, where's the I'm gonna need to give this a entity parent, or yeah, entity. Let's give it. Let's do std string view name, actually. String view parent name, and then we can give it. Okay. So it's gonna give the parent name and then the bone name. Cool. Sorry, my wrist rest got like knocked, and it's really bothering me. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so now we need to actually give it the parent name, so let's parent name. Okay, and then also, yeah. So the parent name is we'll set that when we call this build ragdoll. Okay, so now we're gonna do auto name equals get entity name. What does that return? Did I just get? Okay, cool. Oh. I'm just trying to see. Okay, no, I don't want that. I actually just want this. So I'm gonna. Yeah, okay, sorry. I need to just grab this guy. Active entity. Okay, so I'm gonna do std string name equals just entity for now. And then if we find that, we're going to assign name equals n dot value. And then we'll set parent name to that. Cool. And then we need a little guy here. And then we will compile that. So, just compiling now. Well, okay, we have an error here. What's our error? Oh, we didn't. We need to pass the parent name to the when we call the function again. That should do it, I think. All right, just wait for that to compile. In the meantime, I should tell you guys all to like and subscribe, and don't forget to wishlist the game on Steam, which you can do down below. Yeah. Yeah, so we're just waiting for that. Where's this 9/11? Also, if you guys want to support me financially, because this is the only job that I do, I only make this game, and I stream to you guys, and I give you guys, I guess, hours of free content. You can donate a small donation to me in the Ko-Fi link down below. If you guys want, it's completely optional, obviously. It's just if you want to say thanks or whatever. But with that, let's get back to our Ragdoll. Okay. Let's get in our Ragdoll here. Behemoth Ragdoll. Okay. Now let's add that again. Let's see if that... So bone constraints. Well, let's build our Ragdoll. Okay, so these all have nice names now. And we're gonna select them all. Behemoth Ragdoll. We're just gonna select all these things. We can look at that. So we can see all the Ragdoll bones here. We're gonna, if you're curious. And then we're gonna save these all as a prefab. So now we can bring all these bones back. And now, everybody's gonna love this. If I unpause, oh, no, that didn't happen. Why did? Oh, because they're probably not awake. So let's just give this. Okay, there we go. Hey, it's a little bit funky because they don't have any like it's like jelly, you know what I mean? But it does technically work. So we need to have basically we need some rigidity at these points. So, I'm gonna undo that. So now we're back here. So we have point constraints basically on all of these things. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find the constraints that I care about. I guess I'm gonna give these also probably better names. So this is like, I guess that's the right leg, leg upper dot R, and that will be leg upper dot L. So these have a point constraint. They are connected. They are both connected to this guy, Ragdoll Bone 0, which is the root bone. So I'm going to call this hips. So we can save the prefab again. So where are the hips? here. So the hips don't have a constraint on them, but so we're gonna, basically, I need to set the minimum, maximum, and all that stuff, just so that they don't, there's a lot of tweaking for this. Like, I guess I can, but, so, right now, they have rotation. I guess we want to increase the strength of this. So let's do 0.9. 0.9. 0.9, which is going to make it so that they can't flop around as much. And then 0.1. So this is kind of just like the stiffness of the joint, if that makes sense. Let's do the same thing here. 0.9. 0.9. Sorry, 0.9, 0.1. A whole bunch of crazy stuff can happen here. It is kind of more of an art than a science. And then let's go ahead and save the prefab. Let's see if he flops around a little bit less, especially on these bones here. Okay, we need to just tug them a little bit so it wakes everything up. Okay. Cool, so that's a start. Let's undo that so that we can get... Oh, no, he's not coming back. Why is he not coming back to where I had him before? Okay, well, let's just bring him back in. Behemoth Ragdoll. So, these are still set, yeah, as we went. Okay, so, Behemoth Ragdoll, we actually need to look at the sort of spine. Yeah, okay, sorry. Let's, oopsies. This is spine 0, let's call it. And it should be connected to the hips, which it is. And then we're going to do the same thing where we set this to 0.9, 0.9, 0.9, and then 0.1, 0.1, 0.1. Also, we can set the, like, the angle limit, right? But I feel like I just should have set these all to, like, default to hard instead of default to soft. Also, the translation should be fully hard, I believe. It should not... I mean, we can make it a little bit, like a little bit soft, maybe? But let's have it, I'll be all hard for now. Hey, Anthony, welcome back. Welcome back. We're just making a ragdoll here for Behemoth. Let's save this guy and see. Let's also make the position lock for this hard. So, and here too. So the position is fully locked, it should be. And then let's save this guy here. And let's see what happens. Let's just wake this guy up by pushing that bone a bit. Okay. Something is stretching out too much. So, which bone is that? Okay, it's a little bit jank. So, let's see what happens. Can we move? Let's stretch him out a little bit. Come on. You're a little bit bouncy. He's like a rubber dude. Everybody likes this. Something's not, like, connected fully, you know what I mean? So I think it's one of the spine bones, but let's kind of try to get him into, like, a pose where we can, like, kind of see what's going on. Like a more reasonable... Whoa, geez, something's stretching way too much here. No, God. He got stepped on by the other guy. Yeah, something's, like, completely whacked out here. So I guess we're going to look at spine 1. Yeah. Let's make this a hard constraint now and see what happens. I'm not going to say this. I just want to see what happens. Okay. Yeah, I feel like all the constraints should have defaulted to hard, and then I should have selectively made them soft instead of the other way around. But the issue seems to be in the middle section here, because it seems to be, like, doing a little bit better over here. It's a spine. Let's try making this guy also. So something's stuck here. I'm gonna delete this guy. Oh, it didn't delete all his other things. But we can delete those. And then we're gonna bring in the Ragdoll. Oh, that's the wrong Ragdoll. This guy Ragdoll again. All right, what's the issue here? So we got spine 0. This should be spine 1. And what's its... Let's make that a hard joint. Okay, so... Like, I feel like let's look at Leviathan, because he has a similar situation here. So what's his... So these guys here. Oh, they're a pretty soft constraint. Interesting. So it might just be that... Let's jump back. It might just be that there's, like, way too much mass on one side. I tried to kind of tweak that, but... Oh, shit, it's... We only got, like, 12 minutes left. This is going so fast. I will actually end at 1 o'clock today. I've been going overtime in the last couple streams, but I am actually going to end at 1 o'clock today. Because I have some other stuff to do. Okay, so spine 0. Maybe it needs more damping? I don't know. Because the limit is 0. So I would think that that would... I would think that that would prevent it from jumping, but maybe it's too heavy. Like, I think maybe just the upper body is too heavy. Maybe that's the issue. So let's look at the mass. Okay, no, that's pretty heavy. But... So I'm gonna make the... Well, let's just see what happens if we... So I'm gonna save the Behemoth Ragdoll. Ragdoll. Save. And what happens if we... Yeah, he still goes all jelly-like. And also undoing... Oh, wait, okay. So undoing that does bring him back. Okay, so, Yeah, so it might be... I'm gonna change these shoulder joints to be, like, pretty light. I think it's probably the masses that are the issue here right now. Because, like... This is kind of just like a small joint. It shouldn't be. Also, we're probably getting like some... I'm going to change the thickness of the neck bone here. Yeah. That's the eye? Okay, where's the neck bone? So, these guys are connected to... Bone 3, which is, I'm going to call spine 2. Okay, so I'm going to reduce the size of this bone. Collider. Shape. Capsule. Wait, where's the... Yeah, so... 0.8, let's say. Okay, that bone's gonna get reduced in size. These shoulder bones, I'm also gonna reduce them in size a little bit. 0.9. Okay, let's do 0.8 actually. 0.8. And then save. All right. Yeah, so I think the head might be bumping into these guys might be an issue. So let's also decrease the radius a little bit on that guy. 0.8. Save the prefab here. Okay, so now what's happening in his sort of gut here? Also, these guys I feel like can be shorter. Yeah. So I'm going to decrease the length of that to 4.3, 4.1, 4.1. Yeah. Cool. And then save. There's just like a lot of tweaking involved in this. These guys can be smaller as well. In terms of radius, 0.8. 0.8, just that's a kind of a better fit, you know what I'm saying? These guys are fine, I think. Hey, Froyak, hello! We're just building Ragdolls. Good to see you here. You are coming in a little bit near the end of stream, but we are still streaming for another couple minutes at least. Probably like 15 minutes, 15, yeah. We can now, let's save him and see what happens. Okay. It's still a little bit still not great. Can we? Okay, here we go. He's back. So, So I think they might, okay, let's just try decreasing the mass near the top. You just came home, unfortunately. That's fine. That's totally cool. So I'm going to do this is going to be 500. And then there's like an eyeball bone somewhere. Yeah. Its mass is 10, so that's like negligible. But you change this mass. That mass is 100. Let's do 2,000. 2,000. Let's just kind of trim off a lot of the mass. This can be a lot thinner. Let's change its mass to 1,000 and then change its radius to 0.5. It's 0.7. 0.7. Let's do a mass of 1,000. Like, I'm kind of wondering if there's like a better algorithm I could use to kind of... This is way too big. So let's change the height to 1.5. And the radius to 0.5. 0.6. So, okay. 0.6. Where did I set that one to? So that's 1.5, and that's... And then the mass, what should I set the mass to? The mass I'm going to set to 500. We're just going to put like way less mass on it. Hopefully that will make it more stable. Okay, save. And then... Yeah. So it seems like there's just still way too... Like, it seems like it's improving a little bit, but, like, he's just, like, absolutely falling apart here. I assume because, like... Because, like, his upper body seems... I do kind of like how the eyeball, like, jiggles around. Like, that's kind of fun. But, like, ship it, lol. Yeah, I mean, we all do love funny ragdolls. I mean, there will be a funny Ragdoll, but I think this is just too funny. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So let's just, I think let's shave off a little bit more mass up here. So, this guy's 2,000. I'm gonna 1,500. 1,500. And then we're gonna decrease the size as well to 2.5. 2.5, and radius is going to be 0.8. 0.8. Select the parent, save the prefab, and let's just see. Is there any more heavy things in here? Also, I guess we could increase the mass of these. Oh, these ones are really. Actually, maybe that's the problem. Maybe these aren't being pulled downwards because they're way too heavy. So I'm gonna do 5,000. And 5,000. And then maybe these bottom ones are way too heavy as well because okay, so this is gonna be 500. 500. So just to kind of like maybe a more uniform mass, and yeah, that's got to be smaller than that too. That's gonna be like, let's do 5,000 and 5,000, and then we will save, and let's see what happens now. Yeah, still, I mean, it's a little bit better. It's a little bit better. But I think that kind of confirms that that's the issue, is that there's kind of like a mass imbalance. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's bring him back. Come on. Are you going to pop up? There we go. So, you have a, I think that's a mass imbalance at the bottom. There's too much mass down here. And like, basically, anytime you have two bones that have wildly different masses, I think you're gonna... So let's increase the mass of the hips. And increase its size, too. To 1.6. Okay, that's... Yeah, it should be probably moved back, but I'm gonna tweak that later. So let's increase the mass of this, because right now... Its mass is only 10. That's wild. Okay, that's a big problem. Its mass should be massive. Like, 500. Feels like hearing the doctor. Yes, I see you have a massive balance. That would take this 3 times a day. Yeah, I feel that. That makes sense. Okay, so... Yeah, I think that... Basically, anytime you have, you have a joint, like a constraint that has like a lot of mass on one side and then not so much on the other, you're gonna have like weird stretching. It's just kind of the way the math works. It can't satisfy the constraint unless it uses a ton of force. So now, hey, there we go. I love what's happening to his fingers. Like, that is a wild fucking hand. Okay, so... let's get that guy standing up again. So, now that we've fixed that imbalance here, yeah, his fingers need to be tweaked, but, I'm gonna do that off stream because it is 1 o'clock and I gotta get going. So we're gonna do one more thing before I leave. I'm gonna select the parent, we're gonna save this, then we're gonna quit, then, we're gonna go into the script. And we need to do if, we need to set, so here in the thing, we're going to do, if the health is, we're going to set killed behemoth. Is that a piano behind you? What, this? This thing? There's some keyboards, but that's a mixing desk behind me, the big thing. But anyway, I can explain about that later, but let me quickly do this, because, we should... Stream's supposed to be over, but here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do we're gonna do self dot mark for removal, and then we are going to, yes, we can talk about all that stuff behind me later, but we're gonna spawn a prefab. Spawn prefab. Wait, how do I call this? In the AngelScript files. Okay. So, we're gonna create this prefab here, and the position, instead of Carmen Shelter, we're gonna call this. This is gonna be Behemoth Ragdoll. Ragdoll. Ugh, Ragdoll. I think that's what I called it. And then its position is going to be, we're gonna do, self-transform dot position. And self-transform dot orientation. Yeah. Wait, dot. Okay, just make sure that that's the... Okay, cool. So now, when he dies, it's going to replace him with the Ragdoll, which we can test. So let's mute the music here, and let's turn on the music here. Let's get our Cutlass. Let's do a couple hits on him, and then we'll just, like, kind of... We'll cheat because we don't have time to actually do the boss fight. Alright, let's... Oh, shit. So if everything works, let's give him a couple hits. Bang, 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 bang. I'm going to quickly just take Behemoth. I'm going to set him to 0 health. And when I unpause, he should die. So. Yeah, he just got... Okay. Hey! Yeah, so he needs some tweaking, but that is how he... I think that's more or less how he's gonna fall. Needs some tweaking for sure, but I think that's good for now. But anyway, I would like to thank you guys all for tuning in. It is now the end of stream. Let me just turn down the volume here a little bit. And do not forget to like and subscribe and wishlist the game down below. That is very important because it lets Steam know that you like the game and you want to buy it when it comes out. Also, it lets you, when you subscribe, it lets YouTube know that you want more of this kind of content, which is good. See ya, Anthony. Thanks for tuning in. And once again, also, if you want to slight sharing cam when he hits the ground. Okay, yeah. We'll tweak the cinematics, you know what I mean? But yeah. Also, if you want to support me, this is the only thing I do. This is my entire job. I would like to direct you to my Ko-Fi down below if you would like to help support me financially. Once again, this is the only job that I do. I just work on this game and I show off this stuff on stream. And also, if you would just like to chat about the game, join the Discord down below. And with that, I will see you guys all next time on Saturday. Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern, notifications on YouTube and in the Discord. So I will see you guys all on Saturday. Goodbye.